G'day fellow media collectors and welcome to the Comic Book Movie Collector's Guide. I'm your host Troy and this is your show about collecting all things superhero cinema. And today we're going to rank my top 11 theatrical Batman released movies. So what do you say we see what I picked? Let's get into it. So this video is an idea from a good mate of mine here on YouTube, Del over at Del on Movies. So look, go check him out if you haven't already and give him a subscribe. He has some great movie recommendation videos, haul videos and list videos just like this one I'm about to do, which is ranking my top 11 theatrical Batman movie releases, which he did for Batman Day a few weeks back, which, yes, I know, I'm a little late to the party. But look, I like the idea and I thought I would have a crack at this video and see what I could come up with for my list. And I'm going to rank them on how much I enjoy them and not necessarily which movie is better or more acclaimed. It's more about the ones that I love to sit down and watch, you know, for whatever reason, you know, if I'm looking for a Batman movie to put these one on. So look, I know some of my choices are going to surprise people and anger some people. So make sure you watch to the end to see what I did for number one, because I bet I will surprise you. Now you're probably thinking, why is it 11? Well, the proviso of the video is that it's just the standalone Batman movies, no Justice League or Batman vs Superman, and hence there are only 11 so far that have been theatrically released and none of the straight to DVD ones. So look, with that in mind, what do you say we get into it and see what I picked? Coming in at number 11 is Batman and Robin. Yes, this stinker of a movie is something that I do not enjoy watching for multiple reasons. George Clooney's Batman is terrible. Chris O'Donnell, God, he was a bit of a dick in that. Alicia Silverstone wasn't fantastic. Uma Thurman's Poison Ivy, oh God, God help us all. Now, look, I'm a big Schwarzenegger fan, but even in this, his puns were terrible. Joel Schumacher should be taken out somewhere and shot for making this movie. I mean that in jest, I do. It is terrible, and I can't say anything other than this is why this is my number 11. Okay, number 10 is Batman Dark Knight Rises. Now, I know this is high on some people's list, but for me, this is near the bottom. I probably will never watch that movie again unless I have to watch it for a review on here. But yeah, I've got a few issues with it. And I've never been a big Christian Bale fan as Batman, which is going to shock a lot of people. And then, of course, don't get me started on some of the issues with this. Out of the Christopher Nolan Batmans, this one is definitely the worst for me. Yeah, so that's why this one's at number 10. Okay, number 9 for me is Batman Forever. Now, look, I like Val Kilmer, but I just really don't think he conveys that Bruce Wayne Batman dual identity real well. He just seemed to be the same character in both. Look, I really like him as an actor, but I just really don't think Batman was a great fit for him. Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face wasn't great. It wasn't great at all. But Jim Carrey's Riddler, as a big Riddler fan that I am, it wasn't too bad. And because it was done by Joel Schumacher, of course, everything was amped up to 11. So hence why his performance, he was just like chewing the scenery up like there's no one's business. So yeah, look, is it terrible? Yeah, but is it like, I could still watch it, but it's not the best. It's definitely not the best. So that's why that one's at number 9. Number 8 for me is Batman Begins. Now, it's a reasonably solid origin story, I'll give it that. And Leslie Nielsen as Ra's al Ghul, yeah, I mean, Leslie Nielsen's a good actor, but as Ra's al Ghul, yeah, nah, sorry, I can't see it. But yeah, as far as the origins go, it kind of explains a bit, and it's more and I think that's the thing that I'm not overly fussed on these ones, is it's very set in real life. So yeah, I can't, I don't know, it's just not high on the list for me, and it's not one that I go to grab if I want to watch a Batman movie. So that's why this is at number 8. Number 7 for me is Batman The Dark Knight, and this is where everyone starts throwing the hate at me.
I hate this! I hate you!
So comment below and tell me how wrong I am, because I know this is going to piss a few people off. I'm sorry, but like I said, I'm not a fan of the Nolan Batmans. Sure, this is the best one out of the three, and don't get me wrong, Heath Ledger's Joker is a great performance. I'm not denying that by any stretch. But is it a movie I go to want to watch a Batman movie? I gotta say no. It's not something that I really reach for if I'm going to watch a Batman movie. So, like I said, I think it's just because it's the Christopher Nolan thing. I just didn't really dig these Batman. And it's not because it's not a great movie, and I know a lot of people have this at like number 1 and number 2 and all that sort of stuff. But for me, it's way down on the list because it's not one I go for at all if I'm going to go watch a movie. So that's why that's at number 7. Number 6 for me is Batman Mask of the Phantasm. Oh God, I remember when this came out. Such a good movie. Because I'm a big fan of Bruce Timm, the artist. And so anything that man does, I love straight away. I just love his Jack Kirby inspired style. Whatever it is, I love it to death. Mad for all the Batman animated stuff. And yeah, this was a good movie. I really enjoyed it. And definitely one of those ones I haven't watched in a while. And not because I don't want to, but just usually because of time. But it's definitely high up on the list for me. I really do enjoy that movie, and that's why that's at number 6. Number 5 on my list is Batman, the 1966 movie. And if you have been watching this channel for any stretch of time, you know that I'm a big Batman 66 fan. That's the Batman I grew up on as a kid. So of course I've seen this movie a dozen times, and that's the beauty of this movie, is that as a kid you enjoy it for one sort of level of it, then as an adult you see it for a whole nother level and get the humor of it. And as I get older, I find more of the funnier Batmans more intriguing than the serious ones. Which I don't know, maybe that's just me. I've got a big funny bone when it comes to that. But that's why I love this Batman. And Adam West, he's the man. You can't go past it. I know some people say it's cheesy and it's this and it's this, but it's also self-aware and it knows it's cheesy, and that's what I like about it. So that's why this one is my number 5. Number 4 for me is Batman, the 1989 movie with the man Michael Keaton in the lead role. What can I say about that? I remember the hype of that movie when it came out, and I'll never forget when I got it home on VHS, because I never got to see it in the theaters. But when I got it home on VHS and hot rented it out and watched it, mine was blown. I absolutely loved it. It was great. Michael Keaton was great. I do love him as the Batman. I think he played both roles really well. And Jack Nicholson as the Joker, he was pretty good too. It's definitely one of those that reminds you of a time and place. You know, that time and place when that hit, and the Batmania was huge. And the movie itself was pretty good as well. So I always, if it's on, I'll watch it. And that is my number 4. Now, my number 3 is Batman Returns. As I said in one of my previous videos, this is probably my favorite of those Batman movies. Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman, like I said, oh God, just a mad crush on her back in the day. And like I said, Michael Keaton's Batman, he's great. Danny DeVito's Penguin was really good too. And it's that real gothic sort of, it's that funny mix of like gothic and this and that Tim Burton style that just makes it unique. And don't forget, I always forget, it's got Christopher Walken in it. And how could you not love a bit of Christopher Walken? I mean, come on. So look, I love watching this movie as well. Some great stuff in that, and that's why that's my number 3. So coming in at number 2 is The Batman, the 2022 movie. Now, trust me, you may be surprised by this is my number 2, and I'm kind of surprised it's my number 2. When I sat down and thought about it, I really enjoyed that movie. And I know I just said about how Christopher Nolan's is more based in the real world. So's this one too. But I just don't know what it is about this that makes it different, that makes me enjoy it more. And I was so surprised with Robert Pattinson in it. he did a really good job. He's very emo-y gothic though, but I was really surprised. And I have to admit, I was a huge skeptic going, oh God, not Robert Pattinson. But he did a really good job. And I think the thing I love about this movie is that he's Batman for like a 90% of the movie, because that's what you're watching. You don't want to watch a movie about Bruce Wayne. You want to watch a movie about Batman. He's that alter ego that just sort of hides in the background from time to time to fill pieces in. You want to see a movie about Batman, and that's what I loved about this one, is that it was very Batman eccentric. And as a big Riddler fan too, to see Riddler in there as the main villain and to see a different take on him too, I really enjoyed that as well. So for that, that's why this is my number 2. Okay, here's my number 1 Batman movie to watch, and yes, it's the Lego Batman movie. I can just hear people fainting right now. I love watching this movie. It is so fun, so good, offers so much fun. Will Arnett is Batman. Oh my God, he is so hilarious as it. And like I said before, the older I get, the more I love more of the satirical takes on Batman than I do the serious versions. Like for instance, my all-time favorite Batman is this guy. Yeah, Seth Green's version that he has on Robot Chicken. I was about to swear. He is absolutely hilarious. I love everything he does. All those DC specials, oh my God, they are fantastic. He is my Batman of choice. I love him to death. I just love those takes on Batman. It always seems to be the funny takes on Batman that I really dig. You know, just puts that bit of a light-hearted mood on such a serious character. But yeah, if you gave me a choice of Batman movies to watch, I would throw this one on first every time. And like I said, it's not necessarily the best, it's not necessarily the most acclaimed, but it's definitely the most fun to watch. And that's why I have this at my number 1. There you go. There's my top 11 theatrical Batman released movies. So, did I anger you? Did I surprise you? Why don't you comment below and let me know what your top 11 is. Or if you've got a video, let me know and link it below. I'd love to see it as well. But yeah, I bet you I surprised you with my number 1. I know I did when I actually wrote the list. So look, if you like this video and you want to see some more of my top 10 and list videos, why don't you click that one there? Or if you want to see some more of my collection updates, I've got you covered too, that one right there. And of course, don't forget to do the most important bit. Yeah, there he is there. Throw me one of those bat likes, and don't forget to hit that subscription on the way out. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.